Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. I just wanted to check back in and show you where I'm at this moment. Right now getting back into a few languages that I have studied in the past and that I want to continue studying and losing. I just uploaded 3 videos in a new series entitled the Semitic Language Series. This is driven to the fact that I speak already many languages of different language families, which are, like, I think from the main families, the Romance languages, the Germanic languages, and now also some Semitic languages, which means I grew up in a very multicultural environment, meaning like the close family environment is multicultural, not necessarily the place where I grew up. Even though, as I told you in the first videos, where I talk about Get to Know Me, where I made this little game with the cards, what kind of questions people usually ask me in Germany. So it's all context specific, of course, what kind of questions you get asked. But these are the main ones I encountered in my last 14 years of life in Berlin. But yeah, I grew up with many languages always surrounding me. And the main driver for getting into Semitic languages. So first of all, the languages that surrounded me were in the beginning mainly Romance languages, so let's say French, basically. Then German, also Germanic language. Later English, which is another Germanic language. Later also Dutch, since we moved close to the Dutch border, which is another Germanic language. And then from French, it was quite easy for me to pick up Spanish when I was in Mexico for 6 weeks actually in total, and I spoke it to fluency that time, but I didn't use it much more since I don't have many Latino friends and I don't consume as much Latino input except music, which I really love from South America mainly and Central America. But yeah, I kept my Spanish too. Italian I learned a little bit while I was in Bologna, but for now it's on the back burner. So why this desire to delve into Semitic languages? It's of course due to my Eritrean heritage and the language of my ethnicity in Eritrea, which is Tigrinya. And since I was a kid, my parents used to bring us always to Asmara, or our village in Eritrea, actually. And we were kind of always the odd kids, like the same as in Germany, since we grew up in a small town where we were already odd kids. But they're the same, since because of our looks and behavior, of course, being from the diaspora, especially in the village, people already spotted us. And like, it was funny when we were in the village, there was always crowds of people like going behind us and like shouting things and looking at each step that we make. Maybe if you are diaspora, you will know these types of experiences too, I guess. But for me, it's always made the drive to learn the language even more, because I wanted to know what people are actually talking and be able to communicate. So this kind of did me into the field of Semitic languages, since Tigrinya is a Semitic language. And in the beginning, I didn't speak any of it, so I kind of had to learn from zero, which was very difficult since, as for example, opposed to Arabic, it's especially at that time barely had any grammar books, and internet was not a accessibility when I was a kid. It is nowadays, which makes it much easier. But still, the let's say methods and resources of Tigrinya learning are a bit lacking, which is why I made one of actually my best performing, I would say, YouTube video about resources, good books to learn Tigrinya. And I think I had a kind of helpful collection to learn books. As I found out now, I'm dipping a bit into the field of language processing. I got into computer science a little bit since I worked in technology sales after I stopped being a teacher, and was very interested in the technology behind it. It was mainly at the time cybersecurity and communication security, let's say. And I really got better on the technological background of especially the cybersecurity and networking solutions, and it made me just more appreciate the field of computer sciences. And I see the connection with languages nowadays, because also this formative experience of learning Tigrinya from zero with very limited resources taught me how to use everything to teach myself, basically. And I wanted to transmit that knowledge to people who may face a similar motivation and drive, and lack basically the resources to access to put the drive into reality. It's still possible with almost close to no resources. Even better if you have access to speakers that also speak to you, and which is a kind of, it's not highly appreciated, I would say, in Tigrinya. When you try to speak it in the beginning, people make fun of you. It's a bit hard for yourself also. If you know it's your mother tongue but you don't speak it perfectly, you may put extra barriers on it. which wasn't for me the case. For example, I made it harder for myself to speak it since my standards were much higher than for other languages. For example, in Spanish, I didn't care. I directly started speaking, no problem. Also, yeah, that's why I made the video, and that kind of brought me to the Semitic language family. Later, I really developed a keen interest also to learn Arabic, but I had already many languages in my mind, I think, to expand into deeply into another language at that time. But I learned a little bit while I did a class in 2009 in Geneva. Next to my normal bachelor degrees, they offer like a great school for learning Arabic, or like a great degree program actually, where I took 12 credit classes for the classical Arabic language. Of course, didn't help me much in speaking, but it got me really appreciate the grammar, learn a lot about the grammar, the reading and writing. Of course, I learned it there, and it's not difficult, the reading and writing. Really, I think I learned it in 1 week, honestly. So after that, it's only practice. Same with Tigrinya, I learned it also in 1 or 2 weeks, but it's not so difficult for me to learn alphabets. And yeah, I really appreciated Arabic. I think it's an extremely beautiful language, and I also want to continue studying it. The problem I face right now is I have a bit too many languages. I can't be all over the place. So while it works well with languages that are well separated from each other. For example, I can keep like the main languages that I want to keep now. Those are, of course, French, which I will never lose. English, which I will also never lose, German, which I will never lose. The Dutch also is still quite good. I think I'll never lose it. It's same as the Spanish. It's just a question of practice. So those language, I have them in my safe, locked up somewhere there, always ready to come out when they need to be coming out, with a little bit of practice runs, of course. But I want to not forget my Tigrinya. It's also stored and saved somewhere, so I keep it a bit aside, but I want to dip deeper into the Arabic, which is why now I'm not sure exactly how to best do it. I tried to do some tandems with some Lebanese friends that I have that worked quite well, actually. It's a funny thing, like when you learn more languages, it gets easier to dip back into old languages or learn even new ones. But I really want to get a stronger foundation now in my Arabic and my Tigrinya. But I'm thinking about, should I go for dialect? Should I go for classical Arabic? Well, I'm not 100% sure. I think it's really fun to do what I did last, like try to learn with the Quran, and there's like great applications to learn with it too. And I think it could better at least the classical Arabic a lot more. But yeah, I'm not exactly sure how we'll proceed. I think I'll just keep it like that for the moment, use it as a little hobby to get better in the classical Arabic. And when I have the chance to visit or live in one of these Arab countries, may it be yeah, hopefully a peaceful country, then I will better it in a spoken way. For now, tandems, etc., will take too much of the focus away. I will keep it like that with the same videos type I do for the Tigrinya, also to keep it whatever is the more fun for the moment. I will look into some text, try maybe translating, try retaining some words. Just got a download of a great Arabic learning app also called Kalaam. Is it Kalaam? Or no, Kalaam means pen, I think, in Arabic. It's the same as in Tigrinya also, Kalam. But it means Kalaam word. And they have like great like gamified tool to learn classical Arabic, and which doesn't take too much time of your way every day. So right now I have the time at hand. I'm in a great state. I'm feeling completely refreshing out of several struggles I had to go through the last month. Life is not always easy, and I knew that always. But I try to focus on what I love, and a big part of what I love is learning languages and bettering myself in general on many things. So I use this opportunity now to reconnect to what is really important for me, and try to do that as best as possible. And otherwise, I hope you guys at the world at this moment is that a bit crazy around us. I just hope you get safe and your families are safe, and all your loved ones are also safe, and we keep on getting better individually and also hopefully collectively. So just a little shout out to the people that were kind of worrying about me. I'm not in Germany at this moment, but I'm in France, which is great. I'm feeling happy. It seems like France is like my second preferred hideout, except Eritrea, where things are a bit slowing down for me, which is cool. But I'll be back to Berlin soon, and then let's see where the next step takes me on the journey. trying to restructure a little bit also professional wise, and get some really core things set so that I don't build my house on sand anymore, but on like a stable ground. And yeah, that being said, I hope you all guys are doing good. Thank you very much for those who appreciate my videos. Give it a like or a comment. I really am always happy if I can engage with people also digitally, because sometimes, even in nowadays world, physically to engage and talk may become a bit more difficult. So I'm grateful for having still this platform and being able to use it. So that being said, I wish you a great rest of the week, and but feel free to connect, follow. Any suggestions also would be greatly appreciated. And of course, I would love to see also more good content and not only AI generated content. So I think I repeated for the third time now, but have a great week and glad that you, if you're doing fine. Goodbye.